those emotions? Was it kind of bittersweet or?
Um, More bitter than sweet for sure. That was one we really wanted to get. It was a tough game, an in-state rival, and it was just, it is what it is. Tip our cap to them. They played well, did what they needed to do, and we didn't. And now we're just looking forward to this weekend.
You guys have won 15 of your last 19. It's clearly something that's going right here. You guys, lose unfortunately yesterday. Just you as an elder statesman in the locker room, how do you try to keep these guys together?
Yeah,
Keep them going.
I think it's really all about just kind of taking the losses and using them as learning lessons to try to see how quick you can bounce back. Baseball being such a game of failure and things not always going your way, it's there's a lot of opportunities to start something up again, to make something happen. And I think we're on a really good run, like you said, in that 15 and 19 stretch, and just got to keep the ball rolling.
Well, let's talked a lot about how there were more bright spots than negatives from this past game. Do you kind of feel the same way about how you guys offensively approach that game?
Absolutely. All the way around, I think this team's just filled with star level talent and great players, and on any given day, any hitter can take over the game. And when the team is really rolling and the whole offense collectively is rolling, it's a pretty impressive offense.
You wasted no time, breaking the hits record a few weeks ago. Took you a couple weeks to break the RBI's record. You're still getting plenty of hits in that time. Were you thinking about the RBI record at all, like subconsciously even? Just
No, I mean, not really. The only time I really would is when Sabine would apologize for being a little too slow on some of them, but no, it was just a matter of time and just kind of playing a team role, doing that.
For a guy like Grant, yesterday was an up and down day. 2 home runs with drops the consequential pop fly. Is that a guy you feel like you need to approach, or is that somebody that you feel confident and just going to put that behind him?
I feel completely confident in Gavin. He's been around this game long enough, and he knows personally that it probably wouldn't even been a close game without him last night. And that's just kind of the way baseball works sometimes, and it's a tough game, and it can, when you're at your highs, it can really beat you down. But Gavin's an unbelievable player, and I think he's just going to flush this one. And like I kind of said earlier, I think it's just a learning lesson, not just for him, but for everybody.
Heading into Cal, have you guys gone through some tape, or was you just focused on Portland?
That'll be today. Yeah, we'll go over that today and get ready for them. We see stuff online, and it seems like they're a pretty decent team. So it'll be a fun weekend, and excited to get down there in some California weather and play baseball.
What's the tape process like with Martyr? He's a pretty intricate, fine-tuned guy. Just what's that like?
Yeah, he's got everything, broken down into really anything you can imagine. I would say the primary focus is just really for us is just on their pitchers, kind of how they've approached guys in the past and previous years, and what they plan on doing this upcoming weekend, and really just putting together a plan for us to buy into going into the weekend.
Betcher's gotten a lot of starts here in right field recently. Just how nice is it to see him out there and right, and see him just track down balls out there?
It's so awesome. Bryce is such an unbelievable kid, hard worker, and to see him do that, and to to have an outfield with Colby Shade and Bryce Betcher, and to be a part of that, that's a lot of ground that gets covered. Some really good outfielders, and so just to be a part of an outfield with those two guys, it's pretty special.
what's it been like with Owen Diodati struggling and not getting a lot of playing time recently? I know he's your throwing partner before games, and seems like a really good guy. Just what's that relationship been like for you two?
Yeah, no, it's similar to Gav's. I think Owen's a guy that can flush things pretty quickly and move on to the next page. And I think Owen's really taken this time to really improve himself individually, improve his game. And I think when his time gets called again in this game of baseball, where everybody seems to have an opportunity once in a while, I think he's going to crush it.
One of the last times we talked to you out here, we talked about Colby Shea. Now we got off to a hot start. He's continued that. What have you seen from him at both the plate and defensively in center?
I think it's a really big comfortability piece that's coming in with Colby. He's playing on an everyday basis. He's finally getting all these games under his belt. He missed the fall with the surgery, and so I think now that he's fully settled in and where he needs to be, I think he's really going to take off and show his true talent.
nice is it for you guys heading into this Cal series to have Jace on the mound going on Friday after his past 3 performances really?
Yeah, I mean, when you get to suit up and play defense behind a Friday night guy like that, it just makes the game so much more enjoyable and so much more fun. Jace doing what he does, not many schools in the country have a Friday guy that can do what he's done so far, and it's awesome to play behind.